particular critic that I've been reading said, well, that doesn't differentiate Christ much from a whole sequence of dying and resurrecting mythological gods. And of course, people have made that claim in comparative religion. Joseph Campbell did that, and Jung to a lesser degree, I would say, but Campbell did that.
Well, Jung,
but
because he was older.
The
Campbell
difference, and C.S. Lewis pointed this out as well, the difference between those mythological gods and Christ was that
theologian who was hardly objective.
There's a representation of, there's a historical representation of his existence as well. Now you can debate whether or not that's genuine.
No, you can't.
You can debate about whether or not he actually lived and whether there's credible objective evidence for that, but it doesn't matter in some sense because this, well, it does, but there's a sense in which it doesn't matter because there's still a historical story. And so what you have in the figure of Christ is an actual person who actually lived plus a myth, and in some sense, Christ is the union of those two things. The problem is I probably believe that, but I don't know. I'm amazed at my own belief, and I don't understand it. Like, because I've seen
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Sometimes the objective world and the narrative world touch. You know, that's Jungian synchronicity. Yeah. And I've seen that many times in my own life.
Okay, let me stop you here, Jordan. You are conflating religion with science. There can be no historical relevance without proof. That's a fact. It is either history or a story. It is not both. It is not fiction and fact all at once. So the fact that you're trying to claim it and play word games, and these alligator tears aren't really doing me any good either. Did you practice this for like 5 hours? This has narcissistic tendencies written all over it. But let me say this. You're absolutely wrong, and the fact you should compare C.S. Lewis and Joseph Murphy the way you do speaks droves to it. C.S. Lewis was very much an older influence and a staunch theologian who's well celebrated in Christian history. Joseph Murphy was very much a modern philosopher in the sense that his analysis of it was quite objective, to the point that regardless of what his religious belief may or may not be, and he kept it personal, his objective belief was very much true on the matter. That's all. You're wrong.